Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to have to keep this fan on because there is no AC in my house as of right now. And I literally need this fan, even though to me a fan is kind of like an umbrella. They don't do shit, but at the same time I'm grateful for the aspect that I have some sort of movement, I guess, happening on me instead of no movement at all. So we're just gonna have to get through it. I'm just gonna have to speak a little louder over it. And excuse my frustrations with it because I get I'm gonna just say it's not even frustration, it's like angry when I'm like at an extreme, right? So if I come off a little fucking crazed, forgive me, but maybe it's all a part of the fucking reading, right? And I'm probably gonna curse a lot just to get my frustrations out, but also I'm gonna just say thank you so much for being able to literally hear me out, because I really do. This is like my therapy time as well as yours in a sense, right? It's like tarot oracle therapy. Today it's gonna be an oracle card deck. So we're just gonna, and I already feel the heat kind of, like literally. I mean, it could be the time of day too. It's about 7:18 here, so shit, it's releasing. But let me just tell you something. When that heat fucking grabs a hold of you, bro, it's too much. And I already run hot. Like, I mean, I guess, yeah, I naturally, I think, already run hot, and I really like fresh air, like cold air. So it's just a lot to like, and I'm trying not to focus on it, but people don't realize that temperature literally is a make it or break it. Like, it's very foundational. People don't realize that, and depending on where you're at also, like wherever you are in this world or in our country, thank you, Spirit saying success. It literally it would not be like, I was surprised. Did I talk about it? Okay. I'm gonna say this right here, right now. I found out through the cops that in the state of Florida, it is not at all against any type of, and this is like, I think some of you might find it funny, but I actually really don't. Like, I find it to be fucking crazy, is that it's not against the law to not have AC running in your house if there is an older, if there's an older person that you're taking care of. It's like not against the law, right? So I was like, wow, that's really fucking nuts, because let me just tell you something. If and when I become fucking president, that shit would be absolutely against the fucking law, because to me, in a household where you're taking care of an elderly, it's supposed to be, to me, I think it should be, you need to have heat and you need to have AC both working at all fucking times. Not both at the same time, obviously, but for foundational purposes, right? Just so that, like, you can be easier. Like, it's a little torturous not to have, like, you're in the fucking heat of fucking, like, it's like the wintertime heat that they call it here in Florida, where like people stay inside to literally be in the AC, and to not have AC inside this fucking heat is nuts to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just pardon my frustrations in life, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, hi, by the way, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. We're about to get to the oracle cards for today. That hopefully gets to release a lot of frustration within you too. So like, again, I'm gonna say thank you so much for hearing me out as like a therapy, because I really do appreciate it. Some people, I need an outlet, right? And actually, what did I run into? Oh, media outlet, which is so funny. So I was like, wow, that's so nuts that I get to have a media outlet to literally just express myself towards. Even, you know, and I'm gonna say in all different aspects of the rainbow, you know, where it comes to like happy, sad, mad, glad, I don't give a fuck, like it's all gonna be expressed. So, okay, first card up is the Yang card, second card up is the Yin card, and oh, this card has been showing up. Okay, so the first card we have going on here is take action, which is the Yin card. Now, let me just tune into, okay, I'm going to go into all of them. So, take action is the Yin card. It's on a very small level, right? It could be also on an inner level. The Midway Happy Way card is communicate clearly. And the third Yang card here is ask your angels. Now, I have, okay, Spirit's telling me to read the book on one of these because I am going to need help with this. So true. Okay. Thank you, God, for relief. That's all I have to say. Relief in all different ways, known and unknown. I just have to fucking express that shit super hard today. Okay. So, we're gonna just get that ready. Alright, so basically, what's going on for today is, and this is crazy because this card, literally the other day, was not a part of this deck. Like, I literally was in the other room and I saw this card by itself on the floor, turned face down, and I was like, what the hell is this card doing out here when the entire deck is in another room? You know what I'm saying? But Spirit has ways to kind of do that to, like, when there is basically, like, when you have to see something, okay? So I was like, okay, so I knew it was a sign because literally it was completely separated out. And it was a part of what I was asking the universe for in terms of an answer. By the way, this is the Angel Answers Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. So, so this card was completely by itself. And it was actually in alignment with what I was asking the cards, like, in the, like, that morning, you know what I'm saying? Or even, I think it was, not even that morning, it was, like, in alignment with what I was thinking about that morning, but also what I wanted to ask the cards. And it just kind of, it being alone, I knew that, like, me walking past it, I think I was thinking about a question in my head, like, oh, I have to ask the cards this. And then I found this card on the floor, like, by itself, and I was like, that's so wild, because I'm, like, usually so in the moment. But let me just tell you something. Also, I have not been in the moment. I mean, I've been as much in the moment as possible, but I've definitely been so a little bit more out of focus lately because of the fact that I've been, like, really kind of exhausted, but also heat exhaustion is, like, kind of, sort of very real, okay? So I'm just, you know, like, not, well, I guess fighting it, but also trying to get through it is kind of, like, exhausting too, you know what I'm saying? So, but as an answer here, it says take action. So there is some small things that are happening. Now let me just tune into, okay, I'm hearing that this was for today. So since it's past 3 o'clock, I'm going to just say that this take action card is literally for today's like 3 p.m. right after 3 p.m. which today is Monday, and Monday, for like what I've labeled the feng shui day as, is basically knowledge, spirituality, and self-love. Okay, And so you could have literally, like, this could have been like, you know, like earlier this morning. I'm going to say earlier this morning, but this also could be, like I said, after 3 p.m. because we're kind of in what it said today. Like, it could be, this card could be like today, but in the, like, before today, if that makes any sense, because it's the past card. But it also can be right now, of which we are up, which we are at, which is after 3 p.m. So either way, the entire day is labeled knowledge, spirituality, and self-love. Which I also want to mention, spirituality, I found out today, is the actual truth, right? Something that I never normally kind of like put two and two together. I always like found like spirituality to be like, I always found the actual truth to be more so authenticity. But before even authenticity, it is spirituality. So the whole thing is that came about today, where I was like, oh, that's really interesting, because I went to go Google something. I'm like, what's the actual truth behind this? And somebody had, I guess, like, had Googled something, or the search word, what's the spirituality behind, you know? And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So that's your, you know, I guess, yin card for today. That's you. And also the moon is in Capricorn, so of course it's gonna be like kind of like a get up and go today, hustle today, management, you know, like get it together, like show up for yourself, that type of thing, you know, where you're basically like, you know, really kind of either organizing yourself or just kind of being able to, like I said, show up for yourself and do things for the aspect of they need to get done. The Midway Happy Way card is communicate clearly. So today you really could be, and by the way, when I'm saying communicate clearly, I'm also seeing I have a poster in my room, and it says on it, imagine an unfailing love. And the card and that poster have very similar colors behind it. So with the communicate clearly, I feel as though you might be communicating your needs out to people, right? Which is going to basically be your quote-unquote media outlet, of which is just like you needing to, like, let's say like you need something or something needs to get done, and you're like taking that management role, whether you're getting paid for it or not, and you're just boom, 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 expressing everything that you need to express out loud to those that like might have, I'm not going to say more power, but like might have to become the decision maker in a situation. So you're kind of just, what's the word that I'm looking for? Pitching it. You're just pitching it. So you could be basically like pitching your ideas towards the people that kind of have that quote unquote final say. And so you're just kind of expressing yourself, and, you know, making sure that all of the information you know about, all of the, you know, things that you have to kind of express clearly are just coming out of you and are being put onto another person who gets to kind of have the final say or final decision making type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You're also, but I also feel like it's very prayer based as well. So like, for instance, just yesterday I put together that the word hope is not really a high vibrational word, even though it comes across like it. I learned that a long time ago. But also I correlated it with like, or I leveled it up to the word belief, or the idea of belief. However, yesterday, I had elevated it another time to basically the word prayer, but also very much so, there's a possibility of you guys out there that are dealing with other frustrated people, of when you're communicating clearly, but you're asking too much, or you're asking for things too frequently, right? Maybe you're like, I don't know, annoying to the people who don't pray, or annoying to the people who can't really, who have not become accustomed to asking for what they want, right? And doing it over and over and over again. Not like for the same thing, obviously, because that would be a little crazy, but more so like you're on a consistent basis of asking for what it is that you want, or what it is that you know would be a better scenario or situation for that situation at hand, or for yourself, or what you and your own needs know that it needs. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is, here's the thing, I'm going to tell you guys right now, people don't realize that if you, and if, I'm going to just say, there's a person also that could be having an experience with you that they find you super, whatever it is, it could be like selfish or annoying. And that's interesting that they came up, because today's a self-love day. So they could find you selfish for asking for all that it is that you want, and or what's the other thing that wants to come out? Either way, it doesn't matter. It literally just, you could come off as super bothersome when you are just communicating clearly of what, you know, your needs are / the scenario at hand needs, right? So, and there are people out there that, like, you know, we're at all different levels of self-love, and also at all different levels of selfishness, which is so interesting, because I find that if you are of like a child, right? If you are childlike essence, and you're just simply like not judging yourself and not judging for another person, like let's say you're thirsty and you're asking for water. Is it selfish to just ask for water because you know that you're thirsty, right? Is it like, let's say, even when it's so, this is so funny, guys. So last night, yesterday, it was later on in the day, or maybe, I don't know, it felt like later on in the day, but it could have been early morning. I was speaking with somebody, and I was communicating as clearly as I could possibly communicate with being under the pressures of the heat, right? And I'm talking about all different fucking heat, like such shit that you would never even fucking think of in a normal fucking household, or in what you think is a normal fucking household. And long story short, I was like, the tone that I was having was very whiny, and I'm usually never whiny. And yesterday, I think the moon was in Sagittarius, right? And I found out, because I went like searching, because somebody had noted, they're like, stop whining, right? But it's really interesting, because I've received that a lot, like I've received that before, and I like never really was able to hear myself whine, right? Like I was never, until somebody like of authority, right, was telling me that, and I stopped in my tracks, and I was like, okay, I have, like, so something made me like look into it. And basically what I look at, because I'm like, also it's childlike fucking explanations too. Like a kid is going to be whiny. So like, what makes us whine? That's what I want to know, you know? So I literally Googled it, and I was like, what emotion needs to come out that like makes us whiny, right? And long story short, the reason why kids whine is because they feel powerless and they're not being acknowledged, right? And I was like, holy fuck, that is nuts. I never even knew that I felt that way on the inside, right? I never even knew that. And I was like, but it makes so much sense. Like, you fucking label it, you fucking communicate that shit to me, and I would say, yes, I would own that shit up. I'm like, wow, I would never fucking have thought that, but I was like, yo, that's the fucking bottom line truth. That's exactly how I felt. I can't express it because I didn't know what the fuck I was feeling. It's just coming out through a tone. And I think a lot of people had also, just for you guys to know, like in terms of parents, a lot of people, I don't know if it's the same thing, I didn't look that up yet, but whining with like victimhood And I was like, and I never saw myself as that. Like, I never would have seen myself as like a whiny little bitch, or like as a victimhood kind of person, because like I really try to get as much shit as possible done by myself, right? And that was so interesting. And I'm gonna just, whatever, I'm gonna keep to myself, because because not people, but like more so spirits telling you to shut the fuck up. So long story short, I was like, okay, so I was like, now I'm going to transmute that shit, and I'm going to be of my powerful like self in all different fucking ways, and also I'm going to be absolutely fucking acknowledged in all different ways, and I'm going to be whatever. And that's basically what it is. That's the energy that I call into myself. And for a very long time, like, I really did feel invisible. Like, I really did, and I was fine being invisible. But it's very interesting, because with the Sagittarius moon yesterday, and again, well, whatever, I'm going to just say yesterday, it was more so about coming out, right? It was coming out. So that, and by the way, I tried to post that rainbow like reading that I went live with yesterday on YouTube, and I don't think that it uploaded. And so if you guys, I don't think I'm going to even end up uploading it, but we'll see. But if you guys weren't there for that, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just really, it's like not available anymore. And with Mercury retrograde coming up, maybe that's how it's going to be. So make sure to be on these lives if you can, you know, just to hear the entire thing for itself. Even though I don't know if I'm going to post it, but we'll see. Like post it on here, but we'll see. So long story short, this is what was the funny part, is I literally went out last night, and I fucking, like, I was like, I feel like drinking something. I don't know what it is that I want to drink. And so I gave myself a little time, and then I was like, yo, I feel like drinking fucking wine, right? And I was laughing, because I was on my way home last night, and I was like, isn't that so funny? Like, I was told that I was being whiny yesterday, and, from like an outsider, so you know that shit is like true, because they don't know the shit out of you, they don't know, but like if they're telling you it's true, you know what I'm saying? It's not like somebody that knows you. And I was like, oh shit, that's definitely a truth then, you know, because it obviously that when if something like that is delivered by somebody that kind of quote unquote already knows you, like I never want to actually believe that, just because of the fact that it's like sometimes they think that, not that they're trying to fix you, but they know you all too well to like, it's kind of like you don't know how to differentiate whether they're picking on you, or they're trying to be right, or they're just trying to like put you down. Like, you don't know, you know. But like if a stranger says it, that shit is like probably fucking true. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know you from a fucking hole in the wall. So I did look into it, and I was grateful for that, and I was like, holy shit, like that's fucking nuts. So it made me turn my life around a little bit, right, in a positive way. So I was very grateful for that. And like I said, like I always say, you know, seemingly bad things are really for the best, but but it really is kind of ridiculous, like what a person needs to go through in terms of just quote unquote like being heard, whether it's in a negative or a positive way, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just fucking annoying, but whatever. So long story short, excuse me, the card at the center here, which is in the now, which is you know, or the in between, which is basically like it now into tomorrow, is basically like communicate clearly. So I'm going to get into the next card real quick, because the next card says ask your angels, and what's coming through is you're going to have to ask your earth angels along with your angels. And I feel very much so, very clearly, that Archangel Uriel is coming through on this Yang card, which is ask your angels, in case I wasn't clear on that. And the Archangel Uriel also says that everything's going to be okay. Just know that everything's going to be okay. That is literally one of his biggest messages, and I can tell you from personal experience that shit is beyond phenomenally real in terms of how he shows up. And so I just wanted to jump into that really quick. And maybe there's also a kind of sort of, and that's kind of what I've been getting lately too, is kind of like a Tesseract a type of vibe, where it's like a wrinkle in time has been coming up, and I feel like there is something we're going to be asking your angels, whether it be earth angels around you and or your angels, like guardian angels taking care of you at all times. And I'm going to just say both, because both are coming in very strongly. I feel as though you are going to, there's kind of like a leaping, but not really a leaping. A Tesseract is like a wrinkle in time. So basically it's like two, if you want to kind of picture, this is what it is. Well, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to go into my own kind of visual of it, which is like, if you're familiar with like the two plates that make an earthquake, right? Like coming together and rubbing together, like that vibration. It's a Tesseract is more so like two earth plates coming together so that you can just easily walk across it. That's what I mean by jumping. So I feel like there's something like of a unison, or like two hands coming together, or two fingertips touching, two sets of fingertips, whether it be your own or somebody else touching, which is very interesting, because I just found out that at the end of your fingertips is where your meridians end, right? Like when you're talking about acupuncture pressure points. So there's, and actually confidence, talking about Capricorn moon energies, which are probably going to be around for tomorrow too. I believe that Capricorn moon is going to be around for, is going to be the sign that the moon is in for tomorrow as well. When a CEO, or when anybody, right, touches their fingertips together at a whatever, when they're in resting mode, right, that literally is such a power position. Okay, it's a power body language, like where it gives you confidence, but it also allows you to receive, and it also allows you to think clearly. So do that for yourself, is what I'm saying. Is what I'm seeing, actually. Yourself is what I'm seeing. So definitely, if you want to just kind of take it all in, that's what you would do. To make your fingertips touch, your other hand, make your two hands touch through your fingertips, and just stay like that for a little bit. And I think, and what I'm getting is 2 minutes tops. And let that be kind of like one of your confident power moves in this life, if that makes any sense, so that you can kind of get through. And maybe even as you ask your angels for something, you can literally hold that position, and that would be very helpful to you. Okay. I don't know what's coming through, but so it's very interesting. I'm gonna say I feel very scary vibes coming through, and I know that's gonna make you guys kind of feel uneasy. But yesterday or into today, I can't remember what I thought of it. But I was rebalancing myself to this morning, taking action by just doing some physical walking, and I realized this morning that I said I'm actually not. So what I didn't ever want to do is I didn't want to actually bring down the house with darker types of truths, but the whole, I thought I was here to uplift, right? But the thing is, I realized, and I'm trying to put my thoughts back together again from what I realized, is I actually am just a truth deliverer, right? And the thing is that's a truth speaker, that's love, right? So if I am if I am to, like, so my whole idea is basically to help people get through their dark times, right? And I think that's what I pieced together. It was more so to help you either learn how to get through it, overcome it, or undergo it, or like undercome it, right? In terms of what your like dark areas of your life are. And that to me is kind of like the most realist uplifting, right? So the whole thing is, when I say I feel scary vibes, I feel as though there's creepy vibes coming in, but, and also, and honestly, I no longer want to protect anybody's feelings against what actually may just be the truth, right? Because I feel like that's a people pleaser type of thing that I'm actually dropping. And give me 1 second, guys. I gotta just do something. Give me 1 second. There's a reason for this. There's a reason. Thank you. So anyhow, sorry about that. I literally had to go do something because I just had So what I'm trying to say here is, I'm no longer going to be the protector of people's emotions, or rather reactions even. I'm just going to deliver the truth, and however people react to it, or however people are meant to feel, they're meant to feel, right? Because also feeling is healing. And feeling also, if like you give a shit, like if somebody were to deliver a truth idea to me, right? Of course I would want to do, like, if it's something that I refuse to receive or don't want to even like plan for, like God forbid that would happen, right? Like for instance, death, right? People don't talk about death because it's like, oh, you don't want to think about it. But my whole thing is, if I tell somebody about something that I see in terms of the open, honest, fresh air type of truth, whether it's perceived as negative or positive, at least I can forewarn somebody to kind of get their shit together in terms of a protective way. So like, for instance, like there are people that do, weather forecasts, and no one wants to literally receive the news that, oh, it's going to rain today, because it's perceived as a negative thing. Meanwhile, I do. I love that shit. I need to know, because I'm a walker, so I have to know if I should bring my umbrella with me. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole thing is, I am going to be that. I'm going to literally be the meteorologist of the energy forecasts. And my whole thing is, if I see something negative or like grimy coming your way, I'm going to say it so that you can kind of quote unquote put together a kit that will definitely like be like a hurricane preparation type of kit, like that type of thing. And I'm going to just pray right now. Give me 1 second. A-team, I'm communicating clearly to you right now. You must dismiss this negative bullshit that I am feeling or that maybe in the vicinity or oncoming or whatever the fuck it may be, I clear violet flame it immediately right now, and I ask God to take it, to transmute it immediately into all clean vibed love and safe love and love for all in all different ways that is needed immediately. So, and it must be cleared out of either this environment or this household immediately. That is not happening anymore. These feelings are fucking, the gross ass feelings have to fucking go immediately. Thank you. The vibes, feelings, energy, whatever the fuck it is, it needs to fucking go. And be transmuted by the God, Grandmaster G, and Archangel Michael, and brought back down into the spaces that they once literally, like, whatever it is, took hold of, or whatever, held the space of. I'm not gonna fucking say it again. So, and thank you, Spirit. So, thank you, Spirit, for doing that immediately, please. Thank you. So I had to literally, I don't know, I just felt like some fucking weird shit. And so why I'm saying that is because, and it's like unsafe, right? So, or it's threatening. When I feel threatening vibes, it just is like a no-go, like I have to get the fuck rid of it. And so that's basically what I am. So I'm not going to stop other people from healing themselves. You have to feel it to heal it. We all go through bullshit fucking vibes, in this life sometimes, and there has to be prep for it a lot of the time. Okay, so hold on one second, guys. Hold on. Ooh, okay, so oh, that feels nice. Ooh, that feels real nice. Thank you, Spirit. That feels like it just blew out whatever the fuck was going on right there, which is so cool. Okay, so long story short, whatever, man. It's whatever. This fucking, I'm gonna just say everything's so super fucking holy. That's all I have to say. So also, you know what I'm getting out of this? Communicate clearly. There's two dolphins on this card, and what's so interesting is that I just saw their the tips of their two noses touching, which is basically what I just said is kind of like a tesseract. It's a different type of tesseract. So I just feel like the noses of two dolphins are coming together, which is how you're going to just simply walk across the next phase of your life, right? It's not going to be hard. Like, something that I reposted today on my stories was a girl saying, I'm going to just chase my dreams. I'm just going to chase them. So there are people that are dream chasers, right? And a lot of the times these dream chasers are more like fucking twister chasers. I'm not even gonna lie, because this fucking shit is a shit show when you're a fucking dream chaser. You know what I'm saying? And I no longer even wanna even say that I'm a dream chaser because I'm fucking exhausted. I'm a dream receiver, okay? And I make it a reality. But what I'm trying to say is for the dream chasers or the dream receivers at this point, because I've just leveled all of us up just now, I feel like if you're mentally prepared to just like go all out and go all the way in your life, you're like, today's the day, or yesterday into today, or today into tomorrow. And I'm not being confusing with the energies. I'm literally like, it just seems like these energies are a lot more extended in their fluidity, right? so the dream chasers, I feel like they are just gonna walk across, like it's as if like you're like a little teeny weeny you, and you're just like, and like let's, I don't know how to express it, but basically like you're going to just easily walk across from one dream to another, and it's not going to be that hard. Like that's what it is. So you're like mentally prepared to go like chase another dream, and you're whatever, but I just feel like it's not going to be that hard for you, you know what I'm saying? And so that's a really fucking amazing thing that just came through. And talk about leveling up in terms of energy. That's hot. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop right here, guys, because I heard that's it, you're done. So enjoy this reading. I do have to clean out my memory from this tablet that I have going on here, and I don't know when I'm going to post this, hopefully tonight, but at the same time, thank you for being here. And I don't know if I'm going to post it on Instagram. I think Spirit's saying yes on it, so I'll post it on Instagram, and then just for you guys to have it, and then I will try to post it on YouTube, where you guys can go over there and just literally either listen to it and or give me a like, share, and subscribe, because a bitch got goals, and the goals is basically to reach 100K on YouTube, whichever way that's gonna happen. Also, what was I gonna say? Yeah, also whatever, I'm done, so I'm peacing out, guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Safety to all, by the way. Safety and stability and cleanliness to all. Amen.